I'm Scott Nelson, it's my wife Kimberly, and first met James Monroe actually doing work with him, and I met him professionally, and I noticed in working with him that he seemed to always care a lot about his homeowners for the work that we were doing and for work that other guys were doing on the job site. And I remember specifically going back and talking to my wife, and we were in the market for a new home. I said, if we ever have a new home built, I think James Monroe would be the person built for us. Just because of his caring attitude and professionalism on the job. At first with the train in the neighborhood, we thought about that because we were looking at lots and we'd hear the train go by, and oh boy. And then I noticed a week later we were out looking at lots and the train went by, we didn't notice it. But it's still a concern. When we moved into the home and we heard the train, I noticed it for maybe about 2 or 3 days. I don't know how long did you?
Yeah, I don't even notice it anymore. It's completely.
And we'll have visitors, we'll have family come by, and they don't mention a word about it. Not a word. So the train doesn't make a difference to us at all. We had one windstorm and a piece of downspout blew off the home. Of course, it was already out of warranty at the time. Called James, asked him about it. He said no problem, he'll come out and take care of it. And 2 days later, it was fixed. Things out for the home, we were actually in his model home looking at samples, and something that really impressed me about James too, I remember my wife was looking at different shades of siding and with brick, and she couldn't really decide from looking at it. James was like, hey, let's just go look at it. So what? He said, yeah, follow me. So we get out, get in his truck, he drives us around the neighborhood, goes to a couple of different homes, and he walks up into the yard and starts holding up the sample against the color of the brick or siding, and asked my wife, is this the color you like? And we showed some houses to him. So he went, above and beyond to make sure that the colors that we picked out was what we actually wanted when we saw it in our home.
Fantastic. Sounds like y'all have.
The buying process was great. James, of course, he knew our budget, and he would make some concessions for things that we would want, and told us things we could trade for this or that to make it fit our budget. It was a smooth process. He took us through before our closing. He met with us and talked to us how the closing was going to go, and the closing, it went great. So he really prepared us for that as well.
That's fantastic.